Captivity sucks. Sanctuaries don't. Since the early 1900s, about 500 species have gone extinct, 322 of them because of human arrogance. Captivity is not a necessary route to go. Sanctuaries offer a solution to a problem of large groups of animals going extinct rapidly. It is easy to make an argument on why zoos can be good, the highest listed one being Omaha's Henry Doorly Zoo and Aquarium. Just as easy to make an argument on why they are bad, the lowest being Egypt's Gaza Zoo, which is described as the zoo of horror. Some zoos take animals for no reason. For example, a zoo in the UK was given permission to take 146 penguins from the wild by their government and put them in a zoo. Well, there's nothing wrong with them and they were not sick. And if you're thinking, well, sanctuaries also take animals from the wild, yes, but they only do if they're really sick. And sometimes they'll get released back into the wild. Arguments can be swayed saying that zoos can keep animals from going extinct, or that the majority of the population of a few species is in captivity, that they offer educational aspect or help scientific research. James Borrow wrote an article shortly after the Harambe accident in the Cincinnati Zoo. In the article, he listed why zoos can be made good. He pointed out taking care of the golden lion tamarins, which is a race of monkeys, who in 2003 was downlisted from critically endangered to endangered. It is important to note that for species to be considered critically endangered, there has to be less than 50 mature individuals. For a species to be considered endangered, there has to be 51 and less than 2,500 mature adults. The golden lion tamarins are now at a population of 3,200. Dean Schneider is a YouTube wildlife activist who owns an animal sanctuary in South Africa, known as a Hakuna Mpaka Oasis. His mission and goals stated on his foundation website. The program strives to demonstrate that respectful coexistence of human nature and animals is perfectly possible. Mr. Schneider's YouTube channel is filled with information on his animals, as well as how he goes out of his way to show that there's less exciting parts of taking care of those animals. While researching Mr. Schneider, I counted at least 9 videos where he was attacked by one of his lions. Dean isn't the only YouTuber trying to push for more activism in the animal sanctuary world. A channel known for comedy and travel, TFIL, is a YouTube channel run by one of its founders, Elton Castee. Mr. Castee has shown in multiple videos, about 29 counting, not only the horrors of zoos, but the upsides and sanctuaries of his deep love for animals. One of Mr. Castee's recent videos is included in a trip to a local animal sanctuary, Alturas, in Costa Rica. If you are going to watch it, I do not recommend you watching the first half of the video if you have a weak stomach. In August 2017, Mr. Castee and some of his friends went on a trip to Thailand. While there, they saw many different forms of animal abuse, from elephants being chained to thick metal poles, to tigers starved and drugged to the point where they could be kicked, demonstrated by a worker at the sanctuary, and thrown around. Those weren't cubs either. They were full-grown adults capable of ripping your head off. Mr. Castee makes a point of showing that in the videos that he's not comfortable with any mistreatment and helps provide his viewers ways to help end animal cruelty, as well as makes the animals as comfortable as he can while in the situation. Sanctuaries are a better option. They offer rehabilitation, the necessary equipment needed to improve the population of a species. We also do the same things, as well as educational resources for the sanctuaries that do allow people to visit under special circumstances. Mr. Schneider's animal sanctuary is not one that offers visitors. Sanctuaries don't take healthy animals. They take sick or injured animals and rehabilitate them so they can be better. If they don't, they keep them and give them the best life they possibly could. They possibly could have in the wild in some type of captivity. Zoos don't tend to offer animals the necessary food that they eat. An example is giraffes are usually fed carrots instead of what they would usually eat acacia, which is a type of tree found in Africa. The main difference between sanctuaries and zoo is the size of the enclosures. Most zoos are 18,000 times smaller than a tiger or lion would have in the wild. In addition, they are also 15 times smaller than the tiger's enclosure in a sanctuary. While sanctuaries are a much better solution than zoos, they do pose the same problem. Sanctuaries also do not have the space to allow animals to hunt as they would in the wild, and they are usually hand-fed. This is risky. If they were ever to be released back into the wild, their chance of survival is decreasing drastically. While neither is a better option, sanctuaries give us the ability to prevent animals from going extinct, as well as rehabilitating those that are injured and sometimes released back into the wild, as well as some activists showing the upsides of keeping sanctuaries around. With 30,178 animals on the endangered species list, 35 of them are still critically endangered. With enough support and energy, we could keep those numbers low and hopefully have higher population numbers in the end. Thank you. All the research and links will be in the description below.